Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And this is a commuter scooter, the Techlife L5. Let me tell you more about it. Wrong way. Wrong way. First of all, also a huge thanks to Techlife for sending me this scooter and the L5T, which will be in the future review. For testing purposes, as usual, you have 5% discount on this scooter with the Wrong Way coupon, which is listed below. First of all, I just wanted to categorize the scooter a little because this is not a Speedway or dual trim competitor. This is rather a Ninebot Max competitor, something that focuses on comfort rather than speed. The good thing, which you will right away notice, is that we have shocks in the front, shocks in the rear, and this is actually very nice. And additionally, we have 10-inch tires, and these tires are also tube tires. This is probably the best combination for comfort in the city. These tires are very soft. So in this price category, the Ninebot Max is probably around maybe €100 cheaper. You'll get suspension and inflatable tires, which give you a great ride comfort in the city. The motor is a 350 watt nominal power motor. It's it's rather slow, but it's, I would say, sufficient for riding in the city. I even think that the Ninebot Max has a little more kick with the Daddy North preset than the Techlife L5. Top speed is around 30 kilometers an hour, and the range, as I tested yesterday in these conditions, I was actually quite surprised, is 27 to probably 30 kilometers. And I actually wanted to abort the rage test yesterday, but I held through because it was just getting really cold. I rode for around 1 hour 20 minutes, so that's probably more than enough for this kind of scooter. You can also see that it was kind of designed for the German market, as the light automatically turns on when you turn on the scooter. You cannot turn it off. It also has like a nice ray, so it doesn't blind all the cyclists. You have also additional lighting in the rear. Sadly, there is no brake light here. You can see the brake working. And you have the side reflectors. It also folds, and it has a bell. So pretty much all the features you need in a scooter at this price point. Maybe a thing or two is missing here. I would like to see a key as usual, and I would like to see a brake light. In this kind of scooter, probably turn signals, or I don't know, you will see them on the L5T. Naturally, I also want to check out the climbing abilities of the Techlife L5. So here we have a pretty long run-up, nothing too crazy. As we can see here it's around 7 degrees, but I believe if we go up just a tad higher to, for example, here, now it's still 7. So I think this hill all around is just 7 degrees steep. Maybe in some areas it's around 10, but nothing too major. Hopefully the Techlife L5 can handle it. Slowly, slowly, you can also test the range of the road. Wireless go. Yeah, it's still going. Still going. Yeah, slowly you can handle it. Yeah, but it's still quite slow. So probably the max you would reasonably do here in the city is around 7 to 8 degrees. And luckily we have two mechanical disc brakes that enable pretty good stopping distance. Sadly, there's no regen. Woo! Accepted. But I really thought this hill is like more than 7 degrees. All right, let's go. And the suspension means that actually it can go to places where you would just not go with a Ninebot Max or a Xiaomi M365. Meaning like just a bit of grass or a bit of off-road. Well, it's not a perfect scooter for that, but it's definitely more comfortable because of the suspension, and the suspension works really well. I really like it. Might be the most comfortable scooter, question mark. In the like sub 20 kilogram category, sub $6,000 category. Maybe, might be, I don't know. The motor is also in the rear, so you'll never get any wheel spin. Oh yeah, I just need to get into fast mode. There's also this display you can see right here. It displays all the necessary information. You have just 3 bars for the battery, but you can just go through these settings here below. They show you the trip and actually the voltage of the system. It's 40 volts. Peak voltage is 42 volts. Minimum voltage is around like 29. That's what I got when I was doing the range test. And the battery size is 470 watt hours. So it's practically the same as the Xiaomi M365 Pro. So it's quite a bit smaller than on the Ninebot Max. So if range is the most important concern for you, then just go get the Ninebot Max. And you see here, I go full throttle. It just goes 20 kilometers an hour. If you live in a hilly area, you better get a more powerful scooter. But when it goes flat, there's like no issues with reaching 30 kilometers an hour. Charging time is around 5 to 6 hours, so it takes a while. Probably similar like the Xiaomi M365 Pro. And you can see here, this is actually a terrible, really terrible bike path when it comes to quality. And it's like not bad on this scooter, honestly, really not bad. I get shaken up here quite a lot with other scooters which have like no suspension or have stiffer suspension, but with this one it's really nice. Now you will be able to see how the light shines in the night. Yeah, I have it like this now. I think I have it a bit too low. Let me just fix that. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so the light is actually pretty nice. Probably a bit better than on the Xiaomi M365 Pro. I don't know if it's better than on the Ninebot Max. And when it comes to driving with this scooter, the tires are actually quite grippy because they don't need to carry such a high load. They're quite a bit softer than, for example, tube tires on the Dual Twin Thunder, or solid tires on the Ninebot ES2. So it feels really nice to just zip around, and it's not boring. So I have ridden the eGret 10, and probably it's the most boring means of transportation that I have ever experienced. Probably even more boring than a bus, because just power delivery and the way it drives is I really can't get not bored on the eGret 10, but here it's actually quite fun, quite zippy. You have a big a much bigger space for your feet than on the Ninebot Max or the Xiaomi M365 Pro anyways, so that's really means that's yes. Yeah, apparently people wanted to stay on the cycling path. Anyways, it's really good to have the belt. And yeah, let's try a bit more. And as you can see, it can actually, quite easily, just steer with one hand, meaning that the geometry of the scooter is pretty nice. Pretty good. No, don't go. Thank you. Know what these people do, they just don't look. It's also set up the way that you don't need to push the scooter in order to start. And one thing that I'm missing is the lack of cruise control. So if you're riding along, you always have to hold down the throttle here. As far as it goes for this category of scooter, It also has really wide handlebars, so probably the Ninebot Max ends around here and the Xiaomi N365 Pro around here. So this is a good stance. They're also really comfortable, have this like, sort of cushioning here. Yeah, the handlebars are really nice, and the grips as well. They make you feel like in control, but sometimes it's also good to have thinner handlebars if you want to just get around in the city and take up less space. I don't know why. I think the wheels aren't properly balanced in the scooter, since I get a lot of like shaking back and forth, but I'm certain there's like an easy fix for that. Just wanted to let you know, guys. This is like totally flat asphalt, but it's shaking. I'm shaking. I have the handlebars also set up a bit higher than before. So the Insta360 footage you have seen before is with the lower setting of the handlebars. Now it's like super comfortable. No, Doggo, don't take my camera. Doggo, no. Doggo, no, don't take my camera. And don't pee on my camera. And don't pee on my backpack. Okay, so I wanted to show you around the scooter also a bit more. Let me just put it on here. I'll clean that up later. I also wanted to touch on another subject, which is riding in the rain. As you can see, the scooter is all wet, but the rear mudguard works well. The front mudguard could be a bit longer. It sort of sprays the water in front and then goes back onto you, but it's like not such a big issue. Now there is also the charge port, which is, it's a sort of a XLR port. Yeah, like this. And then you can charge the scooter. There is no seal around it, but it's like fits pretty snugly, so there shouldn't be like any water or so coming in. I also wanted to show you the folding mechanism of this scooter. Here's the latch. You pull on that and the scooter will fold. And then you can also pull the driving column down, and now you have a fully folded scooter, and it's super small. Especially handlebars make a big difference, since they fit ever so snugly onto the driving column, and you know, you can lift it easily. There's a locking mechanism, and actually if I would just put it down for a while, because it has wheels in the front, I can easily just push it like this. This avoids a lot of scraping, which sort of comes with a mechanism when you fold the front wheel. Now to unfold it, you just have to pull again on this latch, and then you'll need to hear a click, and then it folds into place, and there's like no play at all on this column. It's insane. It's really a good performance here. The position on the scooter in terms of ergonomics is also really comfortable. I just pulled it up a little more than before. So it's basically like this. Yeah, this is just really good. I just wish the cables here were a bit more loose, because sometimes if I turn really strong to the right, it just pulls the brake. On the left side it's okay, on the right side it sort of pulls the brake. But yeah, just if the cables were routed a bit differently, and I guess it's a easy fix, then it would be perfect. And the scooter also makes this characteristic sort of hum when you're driving along. And it's not the... Oh. I mean, there's a little sound from the controller, but the rest comes from these tires. Probably can't hear it too well now, but it's sort of like a small beep. And another benefit to other scooters, to other like city commuters, is that you have front and rear disc brakes. So anyways, if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video. And hopefully one day this amount of smoking cars that pollute the environment will be replaced with scooters, electric unicycles, e-bikes and electric cars. Yeah, but the car is just when you want to transport more than one person or a lot of stuff. Anyways, let's change this world.